Hi there, my name is James from value.co.ke. I'm going to take you through a very important process of growing your own food in your own garden, in your balcony, in containers, in sacks. So in the next series of videos, you're going to go through this process that will help you grow some extra food for yourself, for your family, so that you don't have to buy food. And even when times are hard, like at this moment where there's this virus that is going around the world, making people stay in their homes, you'll be able to grow your own food, feed yourself, and cut on some cost. So join me as we go through this process, as I take you through what I'm doing at the moment in my little garden. Make sure you click on the subscribe button on this video and hit the bell so that you can be receiving notification on other videos that will be loading. So why should you bother growing your own food? There are several reasons why you need to grow your own food. And the first reason is it helps you cut on costs. Um Take a piece of paper today, write how much you spent groceries in a week, then then calculate how much you spend on groceries in a year, and you'll find that it's a huge figure that you could use that money in other areas. So growing your own food helps you cut on cost. A second reason for growing your own food is that it will help you eat healthy. You'll be able to know exactly what goes into your food, exactly what chemicals, what fertilizers go into your food, because you'll be putting them yourself, and you'll have no one to blame. You'll have no one to to point fingers at. You'll be able to grow very healthy food. So another reason also is you'll be able to have food. You'll be able to be self-sufficient in times of a crisis, when there's no food available, where when everyone is panicking, you'll be able to have your own food. So another reason is that growing your own food helps you exercise, helps you form a discipline, it helps you relax. Studies have shown that 45 minutes working on your small garden, working on your pots and sacks where you're growing your food, will can help you lose some calories. So it helps you get fit. Growing your own food also helps you share any excess food with your neighbors. And for introverts like me, that's the only time that probably I get to talk to my neighbors. So you may be asking also, where do I start? I don't have a big farm. I don't have a big piece of land where I can grow my own food. But you realize that you can grow a lot of food, whether you have a small front yard, whether you have a small garden, or if you have a small balcony. You can grow a lot of food. So in this series of videos, I'm going to show you exactly how. And let me share something small that I'm doing at the moment. I'm preparing a garden, so I'm going to flip over the video so that you can see what I'm doing. So this here is a small raised bed that I'm preparing. I'll be preparing several others. um, as you can see, I'm not using anything extra. These are building stones that remained when we were building the house, so I've decided to use them to make a raised garden. So why do we need a raised garden? One of the reasons that we need a raised garden, or you'd consider doing a raised garden, is it helps water flow out of your garden. As you can see, my soil is black cotton soil. that tends to clog when it rains a lot or when there's a lot of water, and this can be harmful to plants. So with this in mind, excess water will be able to flow out of the raised garden, and this will help the plants not get literally their roots get drowned in water. A raised garden also is easier to manage. It's easier to weed, it's easier to add manure, it's easier to water, it's easier to work on, it's easier to harvest, because you have a small working space and a controlled working space. Please ignore this grass. I was cutting some grass around and some got here. I'll be cleaning it up. So this is my small raised garden where I'll be growing cowpeas for their leaves as vegetables, not for their grains. So you can see there's a lot you can do with this. Let's say, for example, you're doing spinach or kales, where the spacing is around 12 inches or 30 centimeters. You can imagine just on one row here how many plants you can grow. My estimate is on this just small raised bed, you can do up to maybe 50 or 60 plants of spinach, and this will be enough to feed your family and even enough to share with your neighbors. So I'm going to flip over the video again, then we'll conclude on this one. Then I'll let you know the next series of videos and why you should subscribe to our channel so that you get informed every time we load new videos. So to conclude, let me tell you a short story of why I've been growing my own food. There's this time we made a purchase of some bunches of of kales, and they were not smelling so good, so we decided to throw them in on the compound, and as expected, we would have expected them to rot, we'd have expected some insects to gather around there, but none of this happened. The batches of vegetables just dried by themselves, and no insect came near them. They didn't rot, they didn't go through the normal process. This made me think that they must have been full of very many harmful chemicals that that can harm our bodies. So this made me think, why can't I grow my own? Why um, can't I grow my own vegetables where I exactly know what goes into them, what I put into them, how I feed them, how I water them, how I fertilize them, and this will help me be at peace knowing that I'm eating healthy. So as I said in the introduction, I'm going to take you through the process of growing your veggies on a raised garden, on sacks, or on containers, whether in your balcony, with whatever space that you have. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, and you ring the bell so that you can get notifications when we do or when we upload new videos. Thank you, and see you next time.